Welcome back, everyone. Farmer Cop here for episode 13 of Hutan Pantai. We are rocking and rolling. Everything is great here. It is September, and everything is ready to harvest. Every single thing. We have, here we go, red beets, long grain rice, our new fields, actually, from last episode. And I actually planted long grain rice in this one. These three have wet rice, and off camera, I did sell off our two small planters. The little rice transplanters. I also sold off our small cultivator because we're not going to need to cultivate anymore. And then these four here have long grain rice. So we should get like a lot. And this field's actually, I think, bigger. 10.91, 10.06. Yeah, this is actually a bigger field than this one. So our yield's going to be epic. Now that does include some of that, but even having said that, the little rice doohickey that puts water in the field, it says this one is bigger. So first off, though, we're going to sell off this guy. Our John Deere honestly kicks butt, and it can do anything. So we're going to sell this. We just don't need it anymore. I'm not going to worry about those. We're just going to sell... Oh, no. We're just going to sell that off for... What are we getting? 45,000 for it. We'll take it. And selling this, we're getting our 15 almost for that. Money's gone up a little bit there. We are going to go in here, go to finance. We're going to pay off a little bit more of that loan, which we took out a loan to get the land that we have. These guys are taking their final voyage. They are going to harvest, and then once they are done harvesting, we are going to sell these guys off, which is kind of sad. A little sad just to see them go, but at the same time, we're moving on to bigger, better things. I don't know. I think we're going to end up moving out of this area too, entirely. We're going to build. I think this episode's going to be the episode that we move and get our new farmyard set up. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to have to see kind of how we do in terms of money, getting all of our rice and stuff rocking and rolling. Actually, I'll start you over here on the big field. And then get you over there as well. We're not going to get much for these. We might get 100 grand between the two of them if we're lucky. I don't even think we'll get maybe quite that much, but still, we'll get a little bit of cash from them. They've served us very well. They have served us very honorably as well. They do drive slow, and I'm not going to miss that. Yeah, other than that, they've been great. But yeah, we'll probably end up selling off everything on these chunks of land and selling these. The only reason I'm going to get rid of that yard here, we'll get off here. The only reason I'm going to get rid of this yard here, right here, not this one. This one we'll hold on to. This yard I'm going to get rid of only because it's tied to that. That one we could probably hold on to some of the stuff over there, but we're just going to end up selling these fields. They're not really big enough for long grain rice. Eventually, we'll probably end up selling off these two fields as well, and kind of start working on moving ourselves over here. What all is in these guys ready to harvest? There's carrots there, potatoes there, and a lot of that green beans. A lot of green beans. Good Lord, there's a lot of stuff to harvest. Anyhow, yeah, let's tab here. I brought this guy over here. His job is to plow this field after the harvest. The little Massey that we used to cultivate with is the perfect horsepower. It has 90. This thing only requires 70, so it's our new little planter for this field. And, of course, our little veggie harvester that didn't do anything last year is going to get a little bit of work in here and earn its paycheck up over here today. So we'll go ahead and hire a worker to start working on that. You are going to need to be ready to go to I'll probably have him just unload the wet rice over here, which would be perfectly fine. I'll use our Valtra to do the other two harvesters. Just won't be able to do them at the same time, so I'll just kind of have to be running back and forth. But you can chill there. You, my friend, can start. You might as well start on these big fields, and we'll work your way over the small ones. Let's get you hired there. And you are to disconnect our seeder there and get ready to start hauling rice everywhere with our big little trailer here. Yeah, it's all going to be good. We may look into getting a truck this episode, but the main thing I want to do is get our new farmyard kind of rocking and rolling, which it's $500,000 to buy that land. I do think we're going to get most of that back with the buildings that are on there, so to be fair, I think we'll be okay, and we can also sell these two plots here, which, how much are these worth? That's 100,000 there, 167,000, plus the buildings, we're probably looking at close to 200,000 there, so yes, we'll be fine. Let's get you... I'll drive you over there in a second off camera. You're good. Where's our... Is that everything? Yeah, everything's working. Everything's as it should be. Okay. Perfect. I don't know why I thought we had another vehicle I needed to do something with. But everything's going well. This will harvest doing its thing. I will honestly end up bringing you back in when it's time to sell everything. I'll bring you back in when that comes around so we can sell everything off together and then hopefully invest in this land here, which will come with a field. 458,000. It's definitely pretty pricey, but it'll be worth it. And I honestly think we're gonna cut this a little bit to make this more normal down here. And I think this top end of the field here, I think we're gonna paint over that, and this is gonna be one long farmyard. And we'll leave that space up there because eventually we're gonna move this whole operation up over here. And that's why we'll need trucks, because we'll have to bring a large truck over here to sell stuff off. That's the only pain in the butt is going to be transporting things. I'm partially tempted to keep stuff down here, but eventually I just want to get out of this region. I think this is a great starting region for us. It served us very well, but this is our future up here. We're going to own this whole caboodle of land over here. Honestly, this field actually wouldn't be bad either, but yeah, I still have a lot of goals. I know it seems like we're progressing very quickly, but I still have quite a bit I want to get done before we end the series. So I know this is episode 13. We're going to get a lot of progress done here. I do plan to go until episode 15 as of right now. That's the kind of the plan. So yeah, anyhow, I'm going to get some harvesting done. I'll see you guys when it's time to sell the goods. All right, it is a rainy spring March morning here on the farm, and I've kind of changed up a little bit of what our plan is. So right now, off camera, I'm about to sell everything off. I'm going to sell all that we have. We got a bunch of stuff over here. Our loan is paid off, by the way. Paid that completely off. I also sold our 2 wet rice harvesters. Yeah, and we got 196,000 liters-ish of beets off of here. And between this field, and these 4 fields, we got 214,000 liters of long grain rice, which is epic. So this episode, we're going to buy this right here, 458, and we're going to get our whole new farmyard set up. That's the plan. We'll probably do that in April. So off camera, I'm going to sell some stuff off, get some stuff done. I'm thinking we buy a truck, though. You know? Actually, is there anything on sale? Of course not. Why would there be a truck on sale? I am thinking about this one because I've never really used it. It can go up to 666 horsepower. That one has more, though. It's cheaper too. I don't care that it's electric or not. We might go with that one then. Yeah, let's get a nice beefy Volvo truck, you know? That'd be a good one for us to use, I think. Just because of the map we're on, I think that'll be more fitting. So yeah, we're gonna take out a loan. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it'll be fine because as soon as we sell a couple things off, we're gonna pay that off and have extra. So I'm just gonna get us really set up for success there. Let's do the Sleeper versus the Globetrotter XL. I don't think it matters for us. We can do the Sleeper. Those are the 2 options. Yep. Engine setup, though, I want the biggest 50 grand more. That's okay. 195,000. We don't even have enough. I thought I had taken out more than enough of a loan. Oh, my gosh. All right, yeah, we're definitely going with the bigger one, though, because, like, why not? You know? Sleeper. 780. You can do a... Honestly, I think 700 horsepower is more than enough. The extra 80 horsepower is not going to matter. So I actually might do that one. Yeah, 4x2. Yeah, I'd like to have some extra wheels back there. That's a little too many. Yeah, I think the 6x4. I think that's the one I want. 25,000? Never mind. We're good with the 4x2. Good lord, aero parts. No, get all of this crap out of here that costs so much money for no reason. No, we don't need a design on the mirrors. Good gravy. Front mounting. No, we don't need that. We've never crashed. That's not true. Okay. Should we go with, yeah, we got to go with, like, our custom blue, and that's free? Of course, that's free. Why, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yes, I like that. That's pretty good. I like the look of that truck. That's a good-looking truck right there. Only 162,000. We now have that bad boy. Oh, it's beautiful. And it can pull that trailer, and it'll be so much faster to sell everything off. Oh, this thing gets up and goes. This thing is cooking. This is perfect. All right, well, I'll get this back. Well, before actually I do that, let's talk a little bit more about what our plan is here. If we look in here at our productions, as you can imagine, we have a lot of stuff kind of going on in a good way. So we're going to sell absolutely everything off over here. We're going to sell all of this off. We're going to, well, except for our our preserved food factory won't be done yet. Eventually, we will sell it off. We'll hold on to this land for now, but we're not going to plant anything on it. We're going to sell all of this off. We're going to get completely out of this region. I've decided we're going to full send it over here. We'll start with this. If we have money, we might buy another field, but these 3 fields here should get enough long grain rice to cover that, and we're done with wet rice. That's where we're going. I don't want to come back over here. Think we're going to get out of this region. If we have factory set up over here, I can easily get on the road, come down here and haul over to there, and then probably head back out and around. I might even put, well, I don't know if I'll put a roadway there because there's a waterway there, but still, you get what I'm saying. It'll be plenty easy for us to get down here and sell stuff off. We can even put our own sell point over here, honestly, if we want to. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. I haven't been doing any contracts. In April, we'll do that and get everything squared away. In the meantime, I'm going to sell everything off, which if you look, all of these are pretty much full of mushrooms. And preserved food factory still has plenty of long grain rice and red beets to go through. I did spawn some of the rice rolls, so we have like 12,000 spawned or maybe 10,000 spawned. And then we have 66,000 liters of rice boxes and 66,000 liters of preserved beetroot. So we'll sell all that off, knowing that we're still going to get quite a bit more from what we have in storage here. So everything's going to go great. We're going to have a lot of money here in a second. I'm going to get that done, pay off our loan, and I'll see you guys in April. So that's my plan. I'll see you guys here in a minute. All right, it is April. This flatbed is epic, by the way. It works perfect for what we're doing. I've cleared all of our buildings out, all of our little generators. The only thing we have left over here on this side of the map, excuse me, is our little production facility over here. Sold everything off. Everything's great. So now we can keep rocking and rolling and doing our thing. Yeah, so let's go into the map here. So we obviously can't sell this yet. We still need this land, but we're going to sell this one off. Ooh. Oh, I kind of feel bad. I got to delete the grass fields, or not the grass fields, the rice fields. Yeah, let's go demolition mode. Yep. I have to delete it because I think it just gets rid of the field entirely. So whoever buys these next is kind of getting screwed. But we can just roleplay that was fine. Also have some bad news. Not like terrible news, but yeah, with how much rice we are now producing, how many rice products, we've actually kind of satisfied the demand. We're meeting the demand pretty well. There's still a strong demand for it, but people aren't desperate for the products anymore, which means we no longer get our 20% bonus, which is okay. We don't get our bonus anymore, but that's totally fine. We are still going to make a boatload of... I might also destroy this one while we're in here. Yeah, there we go. We are going to make a boatload of cash still doing what we got to do. So we are totally good. Totally good to go. Sell that. Perfect. Sell that one. So what we'll do when we sell like rice products off, we will just get the straight price for them. Sell. What else do I own that's on there? We'll take a look at that in a second. Sell. What is on these ones? There's no rice fields. That's signed. Oh, I know. It's these guys. Yep. I forgot about these. Forgot about our roads that we placed down. All that work we did to make this property technically more valuable, and we're just destroying it all. Oh, I kind of feel bad for the next farmer, but that's okay. Sorry, farmer. The game made me do it. All right, let's sell that and sell that. All right, perfect. We're sitting at $1.3 million. Let's buy that. Okay. Let's go back into. Oh, I don't want the FPS on there. Let's go up over here. So I have our worker out here planting that first field, which is great. I don't want any of this. We are going to clear all of this out, I think. We do have a rice or a medium. Yeah, we're selling everything. We don't want any of this. I want all this gone. I've got, actually that might stay. I actually might be okay with that one because this is the house, right? Is that the house right there or is the house up here? Oh, the house is here, isn't it? I wonder if I can get rid of all this. Let's go ahead and save the game real quick. Save. Because if this doesn't work the way I want it to, I don't really want to ruin this area. I'd rather keep... I wish that was the house right there. But it's not, isn't it? It's the... Yeah, it's that one. Gosh, if that was the house, that'd be perfect. Let's just get over to the planter, the seeder. So every time I go in and out of build mode, we're not that far away. Okay. Yeah, I really wish this was it, because that would be great. Well, we can roleplay that's like our worker's house or something. But if we sell that off... Oh, good. It took all that out. Okay, fantastic. Um, yeah, let's sell that. Sell that. I don't want the fuel tank there. I want all of this. All of this cleared out. Sell. Sell. And again, I'm happy with this over here. I don't know if this takes all of this out or not, but I kind of like how that stuff is kind of tucked in there. That would be a good spot for a farmhouse, though. Let's save real quick and see what that will look like. And see if we want to do something different. So. Oh, that took care of all of that. Oh, wow. You know what? Yeah, to heck with it. We're getting rid of everything. We're starting from scratch here. Yep, that's perfect. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, and this field up here, we're gonna cut it back a little bit. I think we're gonna go right along here. Let's go to painting. I hate that it's that angle there. It's not the angle. I hate that this is the angle of the map, technically up and down, because everything's angled over here. I hate that all these are angled. It makes it way more of a pain to landscape and do things. So, yeah, I can only go... Those are the only ways I can lock. I wish I could lock up that way, but I can't. Okay. So we're going to be very careful about how we do this. I'm already not being as careful as I need to be, I think. Yeah, we're already not doing very good. I mean, to be fair, we're going to make it into a rice field anyway, so it's not super critical. And then this is just going to go straight up here. Up over to that. Okay, and then this is all gone. This is no longer a field. I'm not using this as arable land. This field over here will turn into a rice field. We'll do that here shortly. There we go. I don't know how I want any of this. Let's just paint over all of it. We're clearing this whole place out. Basically just doing a brand new farm build. I'm okay with some of this stuff over here. That I may not want to be the entrance anymore. We're clearing house here. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. All right, now let's get some speed here. Just to make my life a little bit easier. I'm okay with that tree. Well, actually, am I? You know what? I'm not. I don't know what I want to do with all this space. Let's get rid of these trees here. We probably can get rid of this sign, too. Can we get rid of that sign? Oh, no, I don't want to get rid of the right curve. Just the sign. Nope. What if I look that way? Nope. Okay, well, that's fine. That's going to stay there. Tree. Yep, okay. That's all going to stay. I'm going to get rid of these trees over here. We're going to place some more trees down to make it look natural. I kind of just want to start with just a clean slate, if you will. This episode might be a little bit longer just because this is the focus of what we're doing here. Is getting this done. Okay, let's get rid of that. Perfect. And let's get rid of this. And this. And this. Okay. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. I think we're looking pretty squared away now. So yeah. Okay. Fantastic. This whole thing's not going to be a field in the shape it's in now, I don't think. I do want it to be a rice field, though. So let's go to cultivation here. Where do I want... Maybe over here is a good spot for the... I can go up to there, actually. I can go to there. This curve is fine. This one isn't too aggressive. Down this way, this is where I have a problem, is this corner. Yeah. How do we want that angle? Maybe like right there? Yeah, and then we cut that off, and then let's lower that down by 1. Oh, nope. Darn it. What is it overlapping with? I bet it's the road. Yeah. All right, let's try a new one here. Oh, maybe I'm the object. Hopefully I'm not the object. That could have been it too. Gosh darn it. Okay. Let's do another field. Let's do across there. And we'll back it away from the road just a little bit. Okay. And work our way down here. And then right there, do we think? Yeah, maybe like that. Okay. Lower it down by 1. Boom. Go. All right. That's our new rice field. That one's perfect. I should have maybe eased that corner a little bit, but I think that'll be fine. I think this would have been hard to cut down in there with some of the bigger equipment. That's why I wanted to get rid of that. But we can come down here. We can paint over this. Some grass. We honestly could use this land for something if we wanted to. Oh, actually, I know what we're going to do with this land. I'm not going to spoil it right now. And I'm just going to paint over the field. I'm not going to paint anything else. We'll deal with that later. But I've got a perfect idea for what that's going to be. Okay. Let me get across the road here just so I'm not in the way. Okay. It's all coming together. So I want a lot of things kind of built on here. We got a lot of things to do. I'll get a sip of my coffee there. About 20 minutes in this episode. This very well could be a 40-minute build. I think we're going to start from this end. Well, that's actually what we should do first before we get too crazy. Is let's make sure this thing is actually like flat. And we want it to go off of like probably right here. Like that's not flat there. It appears per up until we got over here, it was pretty flat actually. This side's a little less flat. Get that all smoothed out. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this whole area was flat here. Okay, first thing let's do is our factories. We actually may have to take out a loan. We could definitely use some more money, that's for sure. All right. Now we're doing, these guys are 330 a piece. Since we have more space, I did think about doing a couple of these guys. Now let's stick with these. I actually think these guys have a better layout still anyways, so we'll do right there. And then I'm going to put the other one, actually, I might do something like that. We talked about doing that already. Yeah, making that kind of one unit, technically not, but you get the idea. I just kind of like that kind of look, I think. Let's go to greenhouses. We're going to get some more mushroom greenhouses because they were doing real good for us. We're making real good money off them, so it doesn't make sense to not. It's going to be on the left side, right? That's just... Oh, it's okay. Left side if you're looking at it. Perfect. Okay, let's delete that one. You don't lose any money if you delete it before you exit out of here. All right, so left side of the water there. Let's go boom. And we're going to put 6 in. Okay. And then I know someone mentioned this in the comments to now do this. That way the pickup for the pallets is on the same side. So I can just kind of drive through the middle. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. They may not be perfect, but they'll be close enough. All right. Now I can drive through there. Get all the stuff out. Easy peasy. lemon squeezerini. Okay. This looks terrible. We're going to do some landscaping here. We'll do kind of the overall landscaping towards the end. I'm going to leave some space up here in case we need some more factories. So this is kind of our factory area. That's perfect. All fine and dandy. I don't think we'll need a silo. So I'm not going to worry about a silo right now. We do need a distributor, though. We do need that. I'm trying to think of where I want to put the distributor to provide water to everything. It kind of makes sense to have it up here. I don't need to be able to pull things out of it. To be fair, could do it like right there. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay. And then we also need a buy point for water. So I'll put this guy right there. That should do it. Okay. Now, other storage, we need a fuel and stuff like that. Let's take a look at sheds first, because I want to be able to park our stuff in sheds. There's some really nice sheds. Some of them are quite... We're already down at 204. That's a very long shed there. Could do one with solar panels too. I usually don't do that. Where's the entrance to there? Okay. Maybe I'll look into some modded sheds. I don't know. None of these are really screaming the setup I want to have on my farm, you know? We actually might need like some of the big American ones to fit some of the equipment we want to have someday. So, all right, we'll come back to that. I might have to do some of this off camera, actually, because we're 15 minutes in. I thought that this would go, or at least 15 minutes into this segment here. I thought this would go a little quicker. Apparently, I'm very indecisive when I'm building. Okay. I might do some of this off camera. I might figure some of this out. I might save the game, exit out, get us some more sheds, and get something designed in here. I'll probably have to take out a little bit of a loan, but we'll get her figured out, and I'll bring you guys back in after that. So I'll see you guys here in a sec. All right, the farmyard is designed, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It was simpler than I thought it would be. I'm just filling up water here to the greenhouse, or the distributor, I guess, technically speaking, with our new high-tech, fancy blue tank here of water. So those are all going to start doing their thing. We're getting some water in there. Yeah, all of that is good. This cost $90,000, which was ridiculous. We have $170,000 in loans and $14,000 in the bank, so honestly, not too bad. We spent $1.2 million building this stupid farm. Land was $458. We spent a lot of money this episode, but let's go ahead and actually just go into flight mode. Let's go ahead and activate that. So this is our farm area. We got our greenhouse set up. I did some work through here so we can drive through with the flatbed. I put a little gravel output here for the flatbed because we might put it in this big shed eventually, but for now I'm good with it being outside. This big shed, this is the American Midwest cold storage, I believe. I painted it green only because I wanted to go blue, but this shed right here didn't have color customization and is green. It has a fuel tank here on the side, which I thought was refillable. It's actually a buy point, which is still fine. We can just buy our fuel there. This is kind of where we can put some trailers and things if we need to, right there. And then we have the cold storage here with all of our stuff. Solid fertilizer storage. You got a fertilizer spreader there. Seed storage there. Repair trigger here, which is the same one that we had before. I just put it up against this building. And obviously we have a big enough door here for a harvester that we have now and even bigger harvesters we may have later. Put our truck in here. Our beets. This is our beet field, so I put this stuff all just kind of in here. It all just kind of worked out well. Because I wasn't really sure what to do with these three doors at first, because it was going to have to be facing really this direction, or I could have flipped it around and had one door over here with the harvester going out that way, but I wanted the harvester out that way so there'd be room to kind of turn and do its thing. So this actually just kind of worked out really well, honestly. Little farmhouse here, little modded farmhouse, put some cherry trees and stuff, got a little bit of privacy fence there, a little driveway if I want to get a truck later. So yeah, or like a pickup truck, something nice, like, that we can do whatever with. We also could, I guess, get fuel right there. I guess I forgot that that's right next door. But anyhow, this is kind of nice. I honestly really hate that the road just doesn't go straight through, but it is what it is. So that's that. The road goes around our house like we're some sort of jerks that bought this land a long time ago and made them build around us. This is kind of what it seems like. If I was the government here, I would be like, let's just buy this, put a road straight through, but what can you do? Anyhow, yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's going to be really good for us, I think. Everything has moved over. This field's completely planted in that time. That's also planted with red beets now, and this field's getting planted now, and then we'll plant this one. And that'll be all our fields for this coming year and whatnot. As soon as this is done producing things, we will get it sold off, which we should get... yeah, we'll get a little bit of that money back, almost enough to pay off that loan. So that'll be good right there. Otherwise, we'll just kind of hold on to the loan until next year. It's not going to be a big deal. Pay a little bit of interest on it. We don't have any daily income, I guess. That's the other thing, too. We might want to consider, but now, you know what? No, I'm fine. We don't need solar stuff. We'll be fine. Could put like something in our yard. Maybe we put a couple in. I don't know. We've always had them. Let's just get a little bit more cash here, and it'll help us out a little bit, maybe. Let's do, where are the generators at? We've always done those. We could do something crazy like that. That makes a fair amount of money. 155, or we could do like just a nice solar panel. Yeah, let's do a solar panel. You know what? I know it's a little wild for us. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. That should be plenty. But yeah, let's do a solar panel. We could do one in our yard right here. We own this land over here too. We could do one, honestly, right over here. That actually probably makes the most sense. Yeah, let's put that in. Yeah, why not? It'll make itself its money back. So, yeah. But that's what I got for you guys. That's this episode. This episode, what, 13? So we'll probably do 2 more. Got still some big plans for next episode and the episode after that. So we're going to keep rocking and rolling. But yeah, there you guys go. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.